Hey, man.
Hey.
Want a beer?
Yeah, thanks, dude.
It's never too early.
I mean, not in my book.
So, you excited for the fair?
I'm so excited for the fair. My TikTok feed has been filled with Iowa State Fair, Ohio State Fair, and Orange County Fair that are all happening right now.
Okay.
So I get to see, I think they just kicked off this past weekend.
Okay.
So my feed is nothing but people who are like, here's the top 5 foods we ate there. So I've been watching all of them. It's been pretty interesting.
How did New York State Fair rank compared to like fairs around the country?
I always want to say that other fairs seem bigger. I've never been to any other state fair, but from the food in the past, I would say they always seem bigger. Iowa seems pretty big. Texas, I think, Texas or California are like the largest ones. But from the food that I've been seeing coming out of the fairs this year, nothing looks really that great.
No.
Which is very surprising. The most like viral thing that I've seen is Iowa has a pink pony beer and a pink pony cocktail.
Is it like literally pink?
I think so.
Okay.
They also have a chicken bacon ranch egg roll, which I just like, listen, I mean, who looks at Iowa as like a source of culinary prowess, right? But I'm surprised that like that's their big thing this year. And then I will say this, as somebody who has family that lives in Iowa, Iowa has this thing called a ham ball.
Okay.
It's literally like a meatball, but it's ground ham. And they use, different families have different recipes. Some are graham crackers, some are saltine crackers, but that's the base instead of breadcrumbs and like an Italian meatball. They're disgusting. Absolutely.
It doesn't sound like you're heading towards a good place.
Yeah, they're wretched. And then it's like a brown sugar glaze that goes on top. Anyways, this one booth in the Iowa State Fair has, they call it the 3 Little Pigs. It's like a ham ball flight.
Okay.
There's 3 different flavors. And all these people who aren't from Iowa and don't know what a ham ball is keep getting them. And they're like, this is disgusting. It just tastes like ham. It's like, oh shit, it's a ham ball. But they don't call it a ham ball on the menu.
Yeah.
It is kind of funny though. Iowa also has a thing called a Guinea grinder.
Okay.
Which is an Italian like deli sandwich.
Sounds a little racist, but okay.
Super racist.
Roll with it.
My mother-in-law, the first time I ever met her, was telling me about the state fair like delicacies, and she kept saying Guinea, 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 and my now wife was like, Mom, just so you know, that's a really derogatory term for Italians. So anyways, I've been consumed with other state fairs food for this last 2 days.
What about, have you ever been to the Erie County Fair? So I have like a cousin from Buffalo, and I remember growing up, she was always like, Erie County Fair is the best fair in New York State. And I'm like, well, that's very offensive because in Syracuse we have the New York State Fair. By definition, it's the entire state.
Yeah.
But out of spite, I've never gone. So I don't know if you've ever had a chance to check that out.
I want to. I think it's going on right now.
Is it? Okay.
I want to say it's the 2 weeks before the state fair. I want to go to it. I just don't know if I'm going to have time. And also, I don't know if my body could take that much fair
Too much
food.
fair,
like
yeah.
4 weeks of fair food, you know?
It's like the NFL when they keep extending the season, the players don't have time to bounce back. Like, you need to have a short season. You don't want to do the preseason games.
Yeah.
Like, you just want to get right into it. So.
The Erie County is my Thursday night game.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, you know, it's funny when you look at it like that. I really am an athlete. I want to go. A lot of vendors at the New York State Fair are at Erie County right now.
Okay.
And then there's one in Massachusetts called the Big E that happens right after the state fair. So
Okay.
yeah,
So it's kind of like the JV game.
Yeah.
That's what I would call the Erie County Fair.
Yeah.
No offense, but you know, I think that's what it is.
I mean, good thing we don't represent Erie County. Do you go to the fair? Do you like it?
Not a fair guy.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't have any like hot takes about why I don't like it. It's not that I don't like it. I don't see the appeal. It's not for me.
Yeah. I went a couple times in high school, and then the last like 7 years, I'll say, I never really cared for it. It's like, who cares about the state fair? And then this will be the 3rd year of going to make content. And once I started going for that, now I just like suddenly became nostalgic about the fair.
I mean, you're a fair guy, so make the pitch to me. Like, why should I care about the fair?
I don't know. I don't know if I can say why. Now, the thing that I do like about the fair is you cover pretty much every base of like New York State. So not just food wise, but you have like the Indian village, right? The Native American village, and you've got like their history and their agriculture and their food, which is really cool. So you can go experience that. The DEC has a big thing. So if you're into like fishing and hunting and all that kind of stuff, and the environment, huge representation of that. New York State Department of Health has this massive thing. So like you get to see all of these different groups, and the Pan African village, you got the Asian village. You can see like a really, probably very surface level, but representation of almost everything and everyone from New York State all in one, I don't know, mile wide property. And so that's kind of cool to walk around, which probably is not the answer you were expecting me to give you on why I love the state fair so much. But it is kind of cool to like walk around and like see all these different cultures represented that are all part of New York. So if there was one critique I would have of the fair, bring back the grandstand.
Okay.
I just like,
The shows and all that stuff, yeah.
Just something about going to the grandstand.
So one interesting piece of lore, so the fair director came into Harvey's Garden a couple months ago, and she brought up that Harvey Baldwin, who was the first mayor of Syracuse and the namesake of Harvey's Garden, was very involved in bringing the fair to Syracuse. So he had that role too. He was one of the people, proponents about making sure the fair was in Central New York, which was a really big deal at the time.
Yeah.
And just travel-wise, being in the middle of the state before cars was a big part of it. So
For sure.
Yeah, you got to thank our guy Harvey.
Yeah. Gotta thank Harvey. That's another reason why Harvey's Garden should be represented at the State Fair.
State Fair,
every year.
yeah.
A Harvey's Garden beer wall experience at the State Fair.
Yeah, maybe one day. That could be an
That'd be
option.
kind of cool.
Yeah.
I can see it now. Actually, now I've got ideas rolling. We'll talk about off camera. But it is fun. There's people who like one of the big things to like get ready for is the Fair Deli in Lakeland. That deli, they do like the new menu item every year at the fair, and now it's become like one of the biggest food things to get at the fair is like whatever they're going to release. So that's pretty cool.
They weren't originally at the fair, right? I mean, they're called Fair Deli due to their proximity to the fair. Is that
Because they're on State Fair Boulevard.
makes sense? Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
So, but I mean, they've been in business for like 20 years, I think.
Yeah.
So,
Got it.
anyways, it's a lot of fun. I enjoy going. We'll bring Anthony like one day on a Saturday. We'll go, give him a bunch of sugar. It's fun.
Sounds good.
So, yeah,
All right, you want to talk about the sidewalk draft?
let's do it. I'm ready for this.
Okay. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We came up with a couple different ideas about things that we think would make upstate New York a better place. And they're not all like real ideas that are plausible. Like as a former politician, I would have like actionable items. These are more zany, out there ideas that are just more fun to talk about,
Yeah.
I think. So we put together a list. So the first one would be Guy Fieri. I don't know how to say that. You're the Italian. I don't know. How do you say it?
I'm the Italian. Guy Fieri.
Okay, that will open a Flavor Town in Destiny, USA. I mean, this is a big deal. All right. Another one would be a bullet train to New York City. This one's pretty plausible. This is something that people have talked about for a while, so it's doable. What are some of the other ones here? A wave pool in Lake Ontario, a gondola highway in the Adirondacks between the mountains,
Sounds pretty cool.
a whole month of a Buffalo Chicken Wing Festival, a hot tub barge tour in the Finger Lakes. That's
That
got
actually
some
sounds
potential.
awesome.
Yeah. A ski hill outside the Carrier Dome or the JMA Dome in Syracuse.
Okay.
A water slide down Watkins Glen Gorge. Got some potential. Niagara Falls glass tube walk.
Ooh, I like that.
That sounds dangerous.
Is that like through the falls or like above them or under them or?
I think it's an enclosed walkway that lets you stroll through the midst of the base without getting soaked.
Wow.
So
I like that.
that could be, physically seems hard to do though with the water,
Yeah, yeah.
right? But anyway, we won't worry about that. And then a lazy river down the Erie Canal. So,
Okay.
and then hold on, we got two more. Let's see. This is a good one. Taylor Swift dumps her current boyfriend and starts dating Dalton Kincaid. This one, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's got some potential. And then the last one would be a UFC Octagon at the New York State Fair.
All right, so those are all things that you and I get to pick from.
Yep.
And we need to each pick like our top 2 things.
Yeah, so we're each gonna pick 2 of them. And then at the end, it's going to be like, who's got the 2 better things? Like you're drafting a team, basically. Think of it that
Okay.
way. And you got to pick your 2 strongest players. Like you're playing NBA Jam. Think of it that way.
Okay.
Here's the list of players.
All right.
I got to pick 2 for my NBA Jam team. Which 2 am I picking?
I was thinking pickleball doubles, but NBA Jam works. Yeah.
Similar athleticism, I
Sure.
think, to play both of them.
Right.
So. All right, you want first pick?
Yeah, I'm going to go first. All right, of that list, the Niagara Falls thing does interest me, even though I don't go to Niagara Falls, but I think it's kind of cool to think that that exists. But if I had to say best thing to happen in New York, like let's say Central New York, I'm going with Guy Fieri's Flavortown inside Destiny USA Mall. I mean, what's better? We've got IKEA that's opening, by the way, it's opening soon. It's opening the fall of this year, the new IKEA in the mall is. And so I feel like that's the biggest thing to happen to Destiny USA in the last 5 years. The second biggest thing, actually maybe even a bigger deal, would be Flavortown USA inside the Destiny USA Mall. Syracuse loves Guy Fieri. I mean, loves him. There's a restaurant in Syracuse that has diners, drive-ins, and dives on all the time. You walk into this restaurant, they're showing diners, drive-ins, and dives. He's been to Syracuse at least 4 times. Syracuse loves him, even though he's a Nevada, Northern California guy. I don't know. I can't think of anything bigger to happen to Syracuse, driving more economic impact than IKEA and Flavortown USA at Destiny USA. That's a winning combination right there.
All right, well, that's a good, strong first choice for you there.
Thank you.
I'm going to go with a more realistic one here and say the bullet train to New York City.
Oh, yeah,
So-
that's way more realistic.
Yeah, so it's doable. So basically just imagine you could get on a train in Buffalo and be in New York City in like 5 hours. To me, this would be a game changer, especially because it's going to connect all of upstate New York in this world. So being able to go, between Rochester and Albany and Syracuse and Buffalo would open up a lot of kind of a regional tourism thing where all of a sudden I could go to a Bills game easily, or you can go visit, Saratoga or those kind of places. But then also the proximity to New York City, that if I could leave Syracuse and be in New York City without having to drive in like 3 or 4 hours, I think you'd start seeing people that live in Syracuse and work in New York City, or go for long weekends more frequently. To me, this would be something that would really lift up the whole region. So I'm going with the bullet train.
I mean, that would be cool. I think Flavortown inside Destiny USA is a little cooler, but, a bullet train would be nice.
Okay.
How fast would that go, do you think?
I mean, in Japan, I'm just going to make up a number and it's not true, but maybe like 120 miles an hour. I mean, they can go pretty quick.
Okay, all right.
So it's just about getting the real estate, honestly, that you've got to have room for the track, and just kind of acquiring that, oftentimes the biggest challenge.
So it would be a separate track. It wouldn't operate on a current track.
Currently, they operate on they share with freight rail, and that's one of the biggest challenges, is that if CSX wants to bring, a freight train through, Amtrak has to stop while that happens, and that's what creates bottlenecks.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. I think it'd be cool. I'd like to see that. But I think I've got one better than that. I think, we were talking about the fair, if you really want to make the fair great again, we're going to bring back, we're not going to bring it back, we're going to bring it to, and I have the location already mapped out, UFC fights at the Great New York State Fair. I think that right there would secure the New York State Fair as being the best state fair in the entire universe. UFC fights, big, massive octagon. You could do fights happening like from start to finish of the New York State Fair. Every single day there's a new fight happening. It all leads up to like some massive John Jones versus, Brock Lesnar, maybe you bring that guy back, championship heavyweight fight. But it would happen right in front of the brand new Expo Center.
Okay.
I think UFC fights at the state fair, that's what's going to really secure us as the best state fair in the country. I mean, if it's good enough for the White House next year for the 250th anniversary of the United States of America, I think it's good enough for New York State.
That would be quite a change.
I mean, what would be better than going to get your foot-long pizza free, your Peachy's donut, right? Your Basilio State Fair sausage sandwich, and then, having blood splattered on you as you're walking by to go see the dinosaurs in the expo center. That would be cool.
All right. Well, I mean, I think if we're going to go the way you're going, I've got to match your energy level. And I'm going to pick, my final pick is going to be Taylor Swift dumps her current boyfriend, who will be unnamed, and starts dating Dalton Kincaid. Because to me,
Okay.
all right, I want the Bills to win the Super Bowl. They haven't been able to beat the Chiefs. If this happens, like, no doubt about it, they're going to beat the Chiefs. Are you kidding me? Like, if Travis Kelce gets dumped, and then he's got to watch Taylor Swift up there wearing Zuba's pants, like, he's not catching the touchdown that game. Like, he's probably just going to retire at that point, right? The Bills' mojo would be so high. Because, again, it's not like, in this world, she's not dating, like, Josh Allen, who's, like, a borderline A-list celebrity.
Well, he's married, but yeah.
But, I mean, Dalton Kincaid is not a C-list celebrity, right? So in this
Right,
world,
yeah.
she just wants to be part of Bills Mafia, which she should.
Yeah.
And this is her way in, because she only dates tight ends in this scenario.
Yeah.
So I think this is going to be the thing that would really spark just a revitalization of upstate New York. Because think about all the
Yeah.
time she's going to have to play in Buffalo. She's going to play a concert.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll come to the Dome. She's an upstate New York girl now. I think this is what we want.
Are you familiar with the Old Pink in Buffalo?
The bar,
Yeah.
I've heard of it.
Okay. I was just wondering, like, do you think if the Old Pink still existed, do you think Taylor Swift would have gone there for a show?
Ooh, that's a good question. No. So I think no. But where would she go in upstate New York? This is a good question. Where do you think Taylor Swift, like, let's just say she's out in the town with her new boyfriend Dalton, where is she going?
Man, that's a tough question. Where is she going to eat, or where is she going to play, like, a pop-up acoustic show?
Let's give us both.
Okay. The pop-up acoustic show, I'm going to say that that's going to happen at Southern Tier Brewing Company,
Okay.
right outside the stadium, the arena.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to say is probably where she's going to go for a pop-up acoustic show. But where is she going to eat? Oof.
I mean, I'll answer this, right? Because she's going to Google, like, what's the most popular thing to do in Buffalo? And she's going to be like, I got to eat wings, and I got to get a picture of me with, like, sauce on my face. And she's going to go to Duff's. She's going to know
No.
she's got to do that. I
That's
think,
giving her too much credit.
I think she's going to, like, her team is going to figure out where she needs to go, and she's going to choose Duff's.
My joke leading up to it was going to be Anchor Bar, that Taylor Swift's team was going to choose the most Buffalo thing that they could find, and they were going to go to Anchor Bar to have wings, and then everybody in Buffalo would hate her and make fun of her. That was my thought. But I guess in this scenario, we have to like be endeared to Taylor. So maybe she's going to Duff's.
People would not hate Taylor Swift in this world, right? I mean, I think Buffalo people, like, once you're on our team, we
Yeah.
forgive everything. That's my opinion.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, we hated Gronk, but if Gronk had signed with the Bills, people would be
Yeah.
like, hometown son, we love him again. He's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, that's true.
You know? So if Taylor Swift decides to date a Bill, which she should, she'll be welcomed in upstate New York.
Yeah. So Taylor, Dalton, let's make this happen. All right. Well, I think personally, I think I have a team that more accurately represents upstate New York. I mean, Guy Fieri and UFC fights, if you look across the landscape of New York State, I think I'm more representative of the people. But
No, I mean, I would disagree. I mean, I think Taylor Swift is going to pop on her bullet train in Orchard Park to go down to her Soho loft, and she's going to love having the two together, and it's just going to be, everyone's going to love it. So I think it's bullet trains and Taylor Swift is the right team to win this game.
And I'm saying 10-can nachos and UFC fights.
Well,
So,
best man win.
Yeah.
You decide.
All right, everybody. Well, that's the Sidewalk Podcast, Episode 1. I hope you're ready. We've launched the Sidewalk. We are launching the podcast. We couldn't be more excited. And, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you follow us on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube. And check us out on thesidewalk.com. All right, cool.